Putnam Berkeley Audio presents Naked Prey by John Sandford, read by Richard Ferrone. Chapter 1. Thursday night, pitch black, blowing snow. Heavy clouds, no moon behind them. The Buick disappeared into the garage, and the door started down. The big man, rolling down the highway in a battered Cherokee, killed his lights, pulled into the driveway, and took the shotgun off the car seat. The snow crunched underfoot as he stepped out. The snow was coming down in pellets rather than flakes, and they stung as they slapped his warm face. He loped up the driveway, fully exposed for a moment, and stopped just at the corner of the garage, in a shadow beneath the security light. Jane Warr opened the side door and stepped through, her back turned to him as she pulled the door closed behind her. He said, "Jane." She jumped, her hand at her throat, choking down a scream as she pivoted, shrank against the door. Taking in the muzzle of the shotgun and the large man with the beard and the stocking cap, she screeched, "What? Who are you? Get away!" A jumble of panic words. He stayed with her, tracking her with the shotgun, and he said slowly, as if speaking to a child, "Jane, this is a shotgun. If you scream, I will blow your heart out." She looked, and it was a shotgun all right, a 12-gauge pump, and it was pointing at her heart. She made herself be still, thought of Dion in the house. If Dion looked out and saw them, Dion would take care of himself. "What do you want?" "Joe Kelly." They stood for 2 or 3 seconds, the snow pellets peppering the garage, the big man's beard going white with it. Then, "Joe's not here." A hint of assertion in her voice. This didn't involve her, this shotgun. "Bullshit," the big man said. He twitched the muzzle to the left, toward the house. "We're going inside to talk to him, and he's going to pay me some money. I don't want to hurt you or anybody else, but I'm going to talk to Joe. If I have to hurt the whole bunch of you, I'll hurt you." He sounded familiar, she thought. Maybe one of the guys from Missouri, from Kansas City. "Are you one of the Kansas City people? Because we're not." "Shut up," the big man said. "Get your ass up the steps and into the house. Keep your mouth shut." She did what he told her. This was not the first time she had been present when an unfriendly man flashed a gun, not even the second or third time. But she was worried. On the other hand, he said he was looking for Joe. When he found out Joe wasn't here, he'd go. Maybe. "Joe's not here," she said as she went up the steps. "Quiet," the man's voice dropped. "One thing I learned down in Kansas City, I'll share this with you, is that when trouble starts, you pull the trigger. Don't figure anything out, just pull the trigger. If Joe or Dion try anything on me, you can kiss your butt goodbye." "All right," she said. Her voice had dropped with his. Now she was on the stranger's side. She'd be okay, she told herself, as long as Dion didn't do anything. But there was something too weird about this guy. "I'll share this with you?" She'd never heard a serious asshole say anything like that. They went up the stairs onto a back porch, then through the porch into a mudroom, then through another door into the kitchen. None of the doors were locked. Broderick was a small town, and it doesn't take long to pick up small-town habits. As they clunked into the kitchen, which smelled like microwave popcorn and week-old carrot peels, Dion Cash called from the living room, "Hey!" And they heard his feet hit the floor, and a second later he stepped into the kitchen, scowling about something. A thin 5'10" black man in an Indian print fleece pullover and jeans, with a can of Budweiser in one hand. He saw Warr, the big man behind her, and then, an instant later, registered the shot.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?